Yep. Today is the first day of the Awosika Family Youth Initiative. This initiative is not just for the family. You are welcome to invite your friends, your cousins, and anybody that you know that is interested in learning more or informing themselves. And of course, as you have seen in the invites, you would see several other guest speakers coming on this show, which will be presenting several topics from law to science to math to fields of to field in the STEMs and to STEM fields and so on and so forth. So we'll just go ahead and get started with today's presentation. Today, the opening topic is basically this: the love of family and the admiration of friends is much more important than wealth and privilege. This was by Charles Kuralt. And you know, when you talk to your uncles or you talk to your family members, you always hear that Awosika does not have money, but Awosika does have a name. And that's basically what this Awosika Youth Initiative is about, is that, you know, we cannot always necessarily financially support everybody, but with the knowledge, access and knowledge, access knowledge and information that we have, we can share and distribute it with one another. And hopefully that could help uplift other family members. So as I just said that, what I'm going to go to next is explain or show you guys a video of the importance of a family name, which is way more important than wealth. And hope you guys enjoy it. Give me a second here. And play. Come on.
McDonald's is a last name. Abercrombie and Fitch, last names. Armani is a last name. Baskin Robbins is a last name. Chrysler is a last name. Fisher Price, Gucci, Hennessy, Harley Davidson, Hilton, Honda, Kohl's, Kraft Foods, Lowe's Movie Theater, Marriott is a last name. Maybach is a last name. Nordstrom is a last name. Pillsbury is a last name. Porsche is a last name. Procter & Gamble, 2 last names. Rolls Royce, Charles Rolls, Henry Royce, last names. Turner Broadcast System, Ted Turner, last name. Versace, last name. Wells Fargo, Henry Wells, William Fargo, last name. Walgreens, last name. Wrigley's, last name. Welch's Grape Juice, last name. Here you are, you think you're buying a product. You are not buying a product, you're buying a name. You think you're wearing a product. Hey, look at this product. No, you're saying, look at this family. And what you don't know is while you're making every family rich, you're making yourself broke.
I want you to get to legend status. We know what you can do on your own. And if you do it, we know you can take care of your family. But can you change the world? And let me tell you what happens when you become legend. The money's gonna come.
What if I told you that your blessing is attached to your name? That part of the reason why you're not wealthy yet is because you keep trying to make Yolanda wealthy. You keep trying to make Tasha wealthy. What if you made Johnson's wealthy? What if you started thinking about your kids? What if you started thinking about your legacy? What if God started dropping Canaan and opening up windows of heaven? Because now you're not just thinking about you, you're thinking kingdom. There are some people who are attached to you who saying, Mama, can you do something with this name? There's some people who are saying, Dad, can you do something with this name? Maybe God gave you the name to change and reverse some of the stuff that the name meant one day. I wish there was somebody in this room that say my name might mean one thing right now, but I promise after today, this name's getting ready to change. I promise after today, everybody's gonna want my last name. I'm here to let you know you are a curse breaker. You're thinking kingdom. Legacy. There's power in your name.
Finally, that is the video. That is the video that we've been working the past 15 minutes to get presented to you guys. And that is the whole story behind this Family Youth Initiative. The goal here is to make something of that name. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the Awosika family name, it's a major name on the continent in Africa, even abroad. And the question is, what are we doing with that name? How are we able to expand that name? How are we able to continue the legacy of that name? Are we able to empower ourselves with that name? So yes, now we have the Awosika Youth Initiative, because as we know, the youth is the future. And I'm going to be talking to you today about the objectives of the Youth Initiative, and also presenting to you who the next presenter is going to be, right? So one of the main topics of the Youth Initiative is legacy. Legacy, legacy, legacy. So yes, what does legacy cover? Legacy, number one, focuses on preserving and passing on the values, traditions, and memories of the family from generation to generation. This youth initiative is focused on making sure that that happens as well, so that we can maintain the values of the family and keep the family together and passing on the multi-generational knowledge that we have. Many of you guys will see that your uncles know each other. But for the youths, a lot of us are dispersed, we don't know each other. And part of this initiative will help us bring each one another back together. Another aspect of the legacy objective is having the family continuity, connection, and allowing family members to network. This youth initiative will allow us to know one another, network, because as we all know, you are nothing without your network. It's not always about your money, and be able to connect with one another, know what each and everyone is doing in all the different fields out there. Also, this youth initiative is also about inspiration and providing guidance for other family members. You know, you're coming out of school, you're going to school, you're trying to figure out what to study. You might have a family, your uncle or a friend out there that is already in that field, that have experiences with that field. This is going to be a good place for you to learn about that skill set, about that industry, so that you can better make a decision in that field. Also, the last part of legacy here is providing a sense of belonging. You know, you can't be an Awosika out there and not have access to maybe the access that the family has or the networks that the family have. So, you know, it also allows us to create that sense of mutual responsibility, not just to one another, but to the communities in which we find ourselves. So yes, that's number one, legacy. So as I mentioned earlier, we have about 4 pillars of this legacy. The next one is empowerment. What is the youth initiative going to do? Number one in empowerment is to promote well-being, self-sufficiency of family members. What do I mean by this? The kind of speakers that we're going to be bringing on is going to be teaching or informing or educating folks about how to be self-sufficient, how to obtain knowledge and apply that knowledge. It's also a form of providing support and skills for family members. So let's say you wanted to be a nurse, or you wanted to be a computer developer or something like that. We'll bring speakers on to talk about the areas, and you might be able to get access to some people that provide that education in that space. Also, we have, if you guys all, so some of you all know, some of the family members are underprivileged. So to reduce the constant request for financial support, this youth initiative program will be providing educations and skill sets to allow people to be self-sufficient, to promote stronger community, and probably also give access to areas where people need access. Also to promote equality. You know, there's not all Awoshikas are the same. Married outside of the family, left the family, everybody's the same. Living abroad, living in Nigeria, living anywhere in the world, we're all the same, we're all equal. So this youth initiative will be bringing that empowerment to everybody, and nobody is better than the other. So that's number 2. Number 3 is promoting success. Of course, knowledge is power, but the application of that knowledge is where that power comes from. And that is where your successes are going to come from. So this youth initiative is going to enable family members to pool their resources, skills, and talents and achieve common goals. So you'll be seeing your cousins, you'll be seeing your uncles, you'll be seeing your aunts educate or inform you about specific fields in multiple industries. And that would also encourage you to get that knowledge to allow you to be successful if you do choose to enter that field as well. Or maybe even connect or get a job, who knows? Enable corporations and collaborations that can lead to greater productivity. So of course, You're going to meet people during this youth initiative whom you can decide to collaborate or connect with if you choose. And I've mentioned this several times. Get the skill sets of being able to be a good team player, to solve problems. Of course, communications, which I'm still working on, which is very critical, as you join us on this youth initiative. By the way, today is the first one. Today is just an introduction of the youth initiative. Next month, we already have somebody in line to present to all of us. The last and not the least is service. The youth initiative is going to focus a lot on being able to be of service, not just to yourself, but to your family and to the communities around us. So what I'm doing here today is not for me, it's for the family, being of service to one another, creating stronger bonds between cousins, relatives, and friends. Also, more importantly, to foster a sense of responsibility and civil engagement. I was in Nigeria in December, and it's just literally all over the place. There's a lot of youths without opportunities, without jobs. It's been 2 big Awosika Museum events where the youths and the situation of the youth has been a major concern, which is one of the reasons why this 2023 Youth Initiative was implemented, is that we want to start giving those youths the opportunity or the access or the information that they need, and to help foster that vision of the youths of tomorrow that we want to see. As I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the video, the youths are the leaders of tomorrow, and they are the one that need this the most. And your uncles and aunts are out there ready to provide that access that you guys need. And lastly, be of positive impact to everybody around you. So yes, what are the topics that the Youth Initiative is going to be covering, and how are we going to achieve all those objectives that I mentioned here? Before I say that, I would like to go to this quote that President John F. Kennedy mentioned on January 20th, 1961. Funny enough, today is January 22nd, 1923. And the quote says, "And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." So today I'm saying, my fellow Awoshikers, my fellow Nigerians, let's ask not what your uncle or what Awoshika can do for you, but what you can do for the Awoshika family and the community around you. So here are people that have decided to be of service to the family and to their communities. These are the names that I have so far. Majority of them have accepted to do this. So today's almost the last week of January. So today's just an introductory meeting. In February, we have 2 dates, 2 very critical dates, and it's going to be covering immigration and law. And this will be covered by Chalita Blakwa, former Nia Awosika. She has a seminar on February 4th talking about immigration. If you want to travel to Canada, travel to the US, what the process is like, the laws around it, how it works. And then on the 11th, because the 4th is a seminar, on the 11th, she will do a one-on-one Q&A with family members around the world to answer your questions about immigration. And she is ready for that. Here are the details for February. So on February, the link for the February event is in this slide. You might want to take a snapshot now so that you can keep it, or I'll also provide the link in the WhatsApp group for you guys to access it. You also have to register, register in advance on Eventbrite. It's gonna be 4 p.m. Lagos time on Saturday, February 4th, 10 a.m. Eastern time in the US. And then on the 11th, she will do a one-on-one for the family and family friends to answer questions that you might have about international immigration and so on and so forth. So yes, Charlita is going to be covering, her name is also Taiwo. She's going to be covering us in February. So that's going to be one of our first guest speakers. And that's it. Let's quickly reflect on what we just covered today. The whole objective of the Awosika Youth Initiative is, number 1, build and pass legacy to the next generation, to our future generations. Our forefathers have done a great job. We need to continue that. Secondly, we need to empower one another, which is very crucial. for building a stronger community. Number 3, let's build a strong foundation that can yield a very strong community in the future through our networks. And lastly, be of service to one another and to the nation. And that said, I call on you guys all, so let's build the legacy of the Awosika family together. Thank you. Anybody have any questions? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Uncle Rotimi is here. Uncle Benji, thanks for calling. Thanks for joining. Hello, Tyrell.
You're welcome.
Hello, everybody.
All right.
Thank you, Sky. It's a very good initiative.
Thank you, sir.
I commend your efforts.
Thank you.
I'm sure that people will really like it, will enjoy it. I'm sure there are not many people today because it's just the first. Quite a number of people will join by the time they get to know more about aware when the awareness is created. Well done. It's a very good initiative. God bless you. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is the strategy of getting the young people to join, to really get them to participate in this forum?
Yeah, so I have linked them up on on Facebook. So I'm not sure if you've noticed the WhatsApp group. I've been receiving a lot of new joins recently. So we have a lot of people joining now. I think two or three of the folks that I spoke to while I was in Ondo was also able to join. So the word is to just continue to spread the word, share it with your cousins, share it with your children, have them join the WhatsApp group, and then they will get the notification on the WhatsApp group. I'm not on Facebook a lot, but I will definitely put the message out there for folks. And I'm also going to share the video on Facebook so that folks will have it. I'm not sure if the WhatsApp is going to allow us to upload this video because it's quite long, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, see you guys in February. It's going to be about immigration, and those that want to Japa, they can come and learn how to Japa.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, bye everybody.